Hi everybody, it's Sarah at the Windham Public Library, and this is March's Art Night In. For this month, we are going to make tiny succulent pots. And for the first 15 to 20 folks that come in for their kit, you'll get a baby succulent to go with it. The other kits will include a paper cup, 2 balls of twine, colored twine, 2 different colors, and some succulent soil. I only have enough baby succulents. I think I have about 18. So the first 18 or so folks that come in will also get a tiny baby succulent to go into their pot. And the soil will be that sand soil ratio that succulents really like. They also don't need to be watered very often, which is why they make great plants for these pots, because we're making it out of paper and twine. And we're going to weave it. I'm going to show you how to weave your pot. It's very, very easy. I'm just going to get started with the basic instructions on how to do it. I don't want to spend the whole time weaving. And then I'll briefly tell you how I ended mine off here using a hot glue gun. So if you have a hot glue gun at home, you can use that. Or if you want to come to the class, you can come to the class. These kits will be available March 1st at the circulation desk, and there's a limited supplies, so come pick yours up as soon as you can. All right, let's get started. So you're going to start with your cup, and we're going to cut 7 cuts down the center. And I like to start where this line is right here and just cut right alongside it. And I cut all the way to the very end, the farthest I can cut. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to kind of spread them out while we push it down, like that. And we're going to push this bottom down, and we're going to fold these guys up. So you kind of not break it, but you can feel it kind of snap. Fold while you're folding these. You fold them up like that. So you're left with this. And let's try the dark blue, because that one's going to show up the best. And so what you do is, I actually don't have a piece of tape, but you would just tape this down in the center like that. And you would start by going behind, in front, behind, in front. And so you just switch off and on. And you go, let's do it up a little close. So I'm going behind this one, and I'm going in front of this one, behind. And because we did an odd number of strips, it will switch off every time you go around. If you do an even number of strips, it won't work. So we're going, and let me show you from inside. So in front, behind, in front, behind, in front. And then as you start to build up, I push these in a little bit, but not too hard. And I don't pull this very tight. It's not too loose. If you notice right here that I can kind of move it around a little bit, but it's not too loose. And it's really firm, like it's a nice firm. These stick to the bottom, and you can see the lines. So that's where they went behind and forward of those lines. So you just keep weaving in and out of these little guys. And the first couple of go-arounds, you're really just forming the bottom part of it. And once you start to build up, you'll push these in a little bit more, give it a tug, and keep on going. And so you basically keep on going until you reach the end of this twine, and then you're going to tie the next twine to it. So we tie this green color or whatever color you get in your kit, and we just keep on going, and that's how I did it. You can see right here is the knot where I tied my yellow and my pink together, and all of this will be covered in soil, so you won't see any of the inside, but I wanted to save it and show it to you what it looked like, the whole thing. So we just keep weaving behind and forward, and then when we get to the end, you're going to have about this much of your cup left over. And what I did was I trimmed the tops off like that, and then I folded this down like so. So I just folded and I hot glued mine. I hot glued mine down, but you actually, with the soil, you wouldn't have to hot glue it if you didn't want to. And that's just one way of kind of finishing off the top. And I plan on filling it right to the top with soil and maybe even adding some small rocks in the top. You can come to the circulation desk and see what I've done as a demonstration. So yes, at the very end, you're just going to cut these tops off, all at the same length, and then you would fold them down, and this would all be woven around. And you know, if it's easier for you to cut them off while you're weaving, because the smaller it works, a little bit smaller, this is about the size, this is how tall it can be, and this is the size of the cup, so you can see that there's a big difference there. So come on down to the circulation desk, grab yourself a kit for March, and if you're lucky, a succulent too, and we can make these pots together. My classes are always the first Monday of every month from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. So if you come in on the first Monday in March from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., I'll give you a kit and we can all do this together, and it'll be fun. All right, so I hope you have a great March, and I will see you again in April. Take care.